Hi, I'm Will, and I'm the scariest thing in my house until Dave is knocked at the door at 2 a.m.
I'm Dave, and pretty sure my house is haunted by a ghost that keeps hiding my keys. Let's roll that intro.
You,
Been hating my job. I need to quit. Where'd I go wrong? Is this really it? I need to pick me up. Can you fix me up today? I can't keep living this way.
How you doing, buddy?
I'm all right. How you doing?
Oh, I can't complain too much. Can never find my keys though.
Well, I mean, that seems like a ghostly problem.
Boy, oh boy, it's been an adventure for the last couple of weeks.
I know, right?
Oh, I've been doing a lot of crazy live shows.
That's great.
Yeah, we just had one tonight actually. And normally I don't work on Fridays, but
Right.
these are the things that happen when you get popular in a live space.
Popular. Yep. Exactly. Popular.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
It feels weird to say that I'm popular. But apparently we're killing it. So
that's pretty cool. I actually get the same thing up here. I have had a few times now where I get people honking at me in traffic.
are you sure it's not because you drive like an a-hole?
And I stoplights at stoplights. So no, I'm not driving like an a-hole. It's people that are literally trying to say, "Hey, how you doing?" And it's kind of
That's
weird.
cool.
It's kind of weird, but it's kind of cool.
You get like all 9 of our listeners are up in Washington, huh?
Apparently they are. Yeah.
I haven't gotten anybody recognizing me from the podcast yet.
Oh, well, that's not entirely true. You have those friends. I met those guys when I was down there that said that they listen to the podcast.
Well, yeah, but those are the those aren't people who recognize me from the podcast.
Well, I mean, still though.
Yeah, I mean they recognize that I have a podcast. It's like
They recognize me though, is what I'm saying.
oh,
So that means that they recognize you from the podcast too.
well, you have the more memorable face. To be fair,
I don't know about that.
you got like that weird anti-Santa Claus beard.
It's the anti-Santa Claus beard, yeah.
Yeah, it's like the evil version of Santa.
It's the evil. No, okay, I'm not going that far. No.
You got the Krampus beard. That's what it is.
No Krampus beards. No.
I'm not the one who grew the beard.
I know, and I need
calls
to
it like I see it.
I'm going to trim it. I'm going to trim it shorter and grow it out again. But then I think, how long did it take me to do this in the first place?
Well, if you trim it, it'll let you grow it more.
Well, I mean, that's a wives' tale. That's an old wives' tale.
Yeah, but you know what? Those old wives lived for a very long time, so they know what they're talking about.
They did. That is very true. But still, like,
They lived
do I want to risk it?
Upper 40s, man. They were real old.
Upper 40s. We're mid 40s. We are getting to mid 40s right now.
Sir. I'm closer to 30 than 40.
You are so not, but okay. Yep.
I am 29 and I have been for the last 12 years.
That's right. Yep.
That's my favorite joke. Yeah. Actually, tonight one of my co-performers literally walked up to me and said, "Dave, thank you for being older than me." I'm like, "You're welcome."
You're welcome. What?
No problem.
I guess that's good.
I mean, I very pointedly got born well before you on because I knew that this was going to be a problem tonight.
Exactly. Yeah. Oh, some guys.
I work with a bunch of comedians, and I tell you what, like sometimes I feel like I'm in like I'm swimming with some big fish that I have no idea what is happening. You know,
I mean,
like,
I wouldn't exactly say big fish, but definitely some good contenders.
wow,
Wow. Hey,
wow,
I'm saying that you have the big fish title there.
sir. I may be a large mackerel, but I am not a big fish.
I don't know. I just you all have a chance to get into a good spot. You know,
Mm.
you just need to keep it going, and you have the best position at the moment. I guess that's what I want to say. You are not. You're not next to that hook, but you are right there. You're next to that. You're
I'm
about ready.
close to the hook.
You're close to the hook, and they're just happy that they're near you.
Mm.
Yeah.
So they can shove me into it in case
So
it
they
comes
can
out.
shove you into it. Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
They've got like
So,
a raspberry cold foam at Starbucks.
yeah.
It's good, man. It's good.
Oh, raspberry cold foam.
Mm-hmm. Not sponsored, but
Not sponsored.
delicious. Um, yeah. So I've been doing like a ton of protein, so much
Right.
protein. I long for a carbohydrate,
Mm-hmm.
but
That
yeah,
helps with the lifting, though, right? The. You're
yeah,
right. Yeah.
yeah. So like the going wisdom, right, is 1 gram of protein per pound that you
Right.
weigh.
Yeah.
So I'm rocking 230 grams of protein a day. Do you know, you have any idea how much 230 grams of protein is?
That's so much. Oh my God. That's so much.
Let's see.
Because
How much protein?
a normal meal, if you even get one that's like got protein in it, has anywhere from 10 to 15, and that's like high end.
Yeah.
So that's 10 to 15 grams, right? So if
Right.
you're
And
talking 230, that's like so many meals. Why so much?
so in an 8-ounce steak, there's 56 grams of protein, right?
Exactly, right? And
So
that's a regular steak too.
I need to eat 5 steaks.
5 regular steaks. We're
5
not talking
8-ounce steaks.
T-bones. We're not talking tomahawks. We're just talking regular steaks.
Yeah, well, I just want to see how much in a tomahawk.
Tomahawk has to be at least, man, I don't know.
A typical large tomahawk steak contains approximately 160 grams of protein.
Whoa. All
So I
right.
would need 1.5.
Well, 1.5 tomahawk steaks a day. I can
That's
do it.
so much.
I can do it.
Okay, so like your typical protein shake, that's 25
Right.
grams of protein.
As like 25, right? Yeah.
Yeah, but that's like a meal shake, right? Like
That's a
you're
whole
drinking
meal.
that. You drink, and I've
And
got a
that's your meal.
smaller stomach than most people, and I know it doesn't look like it, but I have a smaller stomach on the inside,
Yeah.
than most people. So like I'm having to choke down protein.
Just choke it down. It's so much.
It's so much. I wish
And I
they
agree.
had like a protein pill, like in, like that Major Tom song,
Right.
Space Oddity. Take your protein pills. I would love to take protein pills.
Protein pill.
Ugh,
And
I long
so,
for a grapefruit.
could you imagine having to get up in the morning and eat a tomahawk worth of steak?
I have to wake up in the morning and eat 4 eggs, and that is rough. That is a
And
lot of
but
eggs.
then after you eat that tomahawk steak, then you have to go work out.
Yeah.
Then you have to go, and then you eat 5 to 6 eggs.
Yes. It's
And then after that, then you go and then you eat a tomahawk plus some at the end of the day because you've already worked out. So you've already used some of the energy and stuff that you got from
right.
that. That's
Yeah.
that's insane.
It's
Most people
dirty.
don't do that.
It's freaking rough, man.
It's
Ugh,
crazy.
it's rough. It sucks being like the strongest man alive.
Right.
And I'm not even him. Like I'm watching like I'm looking at all these other like bodybuilding guys and stuff, and they're like talking about how they eat like oatmeal and this, that, and the other thing. I'm like,
Right.
where are you finding time to pack away your protein if you're eating oatmeal?
Right.
Ugh, whatever. I quit.
It's
And on my cheat day, I eat 30 pancakes. What do you mean 30 pancakes? Good God.
I couldn't even eat not 30. I can't eat 10.
I can't eat 2 pancakes. Pancakes are too much for me, man. Like
They're
I'll
because
have a pancake or 2, and that's maximum.
I
And they've got to be like the silver dollars, you know, if I'm
right.
gonna eat more than one.
Yeah, no.
But like you're talking all the syrup and butter and all the BS.
And then if you're eating like the Kodiak ones, right, where you got the egg in there on top of that, like
Mhm.
those ones are even more filling. You can only eat 2, maybe 3 of those.
Right. And like, you know, you're thinking, oh, I'm getting all this extra protein. And you're not really,
You,
because you're not eating more than you normally would. Right.
it's so
Like
bad.
you're getting a couple extra grams of protein tops in that. So it's you gotta see like you gotta supplement, and it's
Mhm.
stupid. Anyway.
Do the same thing with my daughter, Kendall. She has been lacking on the protein side and getting her bulk up. You know,
Mhm.
her age, she's been on the low end for a very 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 long time, and so like we did some Kodiak stuff, we did some protein shakes, we did some to try to get her weight up and all this stuff and everything. And she's just now, within the last year, maybe year and a half, she's
Mhm.
finally getting to the point where she's just like at the normal thing, but she's just tiny.
She's got
She's
a crazy
tiny.
metabolism, huh?
Yeah.
I'll train her.
There's nothing we can do. There's nothing we do. We can keep going, but like, I'm not even sure even it's going to help at this point. And I don't even know if it needs to help on top of that. Like,
Well,
she
how old is she?
is who she is, right?
Yeah, exactly. How old is she?
She's 11 years old now.
Oh,
No, 12 years old now,
puberty's gonna hit her like a freight train, and she'll be fine.
right? And it's just
Yeah,
she's gonna, yeah, it's gonna be fine.
yeah. I wouldn't sweat it.
Yeah, I'm not worried about it too much. I was worried about it, but I'm not worried about it now. So,
Yeah, I mean, as long as she's healthy, that's
and
what.
she is. She definitely is.
Oh,
It was more worried about her medication on top of stuff. It was like if she wasn't worth, she wasn't within a certain amount of weight for the medication that she's taking, right?
right.
So, but that's not a problem anymore. So, don't even need to really worry about it anymore.
Whew. I'm hitting that post improv crash, man. Holy smoke!
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Okay. I mean, I guess we should probably get started on today's topic.
Real quick though, what do you
Yeah.
think about Super Bowl?
Go Hawks.
Go Hawks.
Go Hawks.
All right.
I mean, like, we're from the same town, man. Like, go Hawks.
I know. I just wanted
If,
I wanted to
if
get
it
that
was
in
the
a little
Rams,
bit.
I really wanted it to be the Rams versus the Hawks this year. It would have been so good.
It would have been awesome. That would have been awesome.
Then we could have had an argument.
Right. We would have actually had an argument. Yes.
But especially with the Rams, like their first season in LA, they get the Super Bowl
Right.
first season and they win it.
That would have
That's
been great.
nuts.
Right.
I mean, they already did, but it would have been great to see that Washington versus California game.
Right.
It
Yeah.
would have been great. Oh, it would have been so good. And I would have been so sad if either team won. So I'm kind of glad that it didn't happen. But
Yeah.
um
Now we're both
now I can just root for one team and not worry about anything else.
team. All right. So that's what you hear from our podcast. Straight up. It's the Hawks. If it's not the Hawks, then we're wrong.
I mean, if you're a Patriots fan, you know, nobody's perfect.
Right. It's fine. It's fine. You can, you can
enjoy your team
whoever you want. Yeah. It's fine.
Deflate gate.
Not anymore. We don't have to worry about that anymore.
Well,
I
no,
don't
because
think.
they got caught. They got caught.
Right? They got caught.
That's how you know we don't have to worry about it.
We don't need to worry about it because, they got caught.
Well, I mean, it was a very influential baseball man who said, "If you ain't cheating, you ain't trying." So,
Right.
there is that. Okay, so now that we've gotten all that out of the way, shall we?
Yes, we shall.
Abscond into the paranormal.
Abscond, yes, please.
Into the paranormal.
Paranormal. These are stories that are paranormal, but also not paranormal. This is supposed to be more of a paranormal / creepy kind of thing, is what I went for. So there's going to be stories in here that are just creepy. But there's also stories that are straight up, why would that have happened if it wasn't paranormal kind of thing? But I'm going to let Dave take it from there.
Boom. Okay. So this one is entitled Funny Ghost Story. It's a good start. In r/ghost stories 6 years ago, Lady Liberty 88 says, so we have a ghost in our house that I've already posted about, but I think you will all get a kick out of this story. I try to regularly sage the house to get rid of negative energy, but our ghost must not be negative as I think he's a Union soldier, persists. Could also have more than one ghost, who knows? Well, I mean, clearly we don't know. You haven't talked to them.
Yeah, of course.
Anyway, we had multiple light bulbs go out at the same time. Even when replaced, they would flicker, like hard. I told my husband, that's it, I'm saying, and did. What? Okay. I think she meant saging. That's it, I'm saging.
Yeah, I'm saging.
Well, the next evening, I went into one of the rooms that was having bulb issues, and magically the light worked perfectly. I ran out and told my husband, look, I told you it was a ghost. I fixed it. He looked at me with concern and said, I changed that bulb this morning.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I wouldn't say bulbs are the number one reason why you should think there is a ghost. That's
right. I mean, you probably have bad wiring in your house.
Yeah, it's either bad wiring or no, I'm not even gonna go with an or. You got bad wiring. You need to figure this out. How old is your house?
Here's what I'm thinking. Like ghosts, right? Still gotta see.
Right.
Why would they break the lamps?
Yeah, okay. Yes. I mean, but if you think about it, the ghosts though, they do better in the dark.
Do they?
I think most of the time when you hear about ghosts, it's in the dark.
Well, most of the well, here's the thing. Like that's my question, right? Is like if you're a ghost, right? Do you prefer the dark? Because like I don't think so. Honestly, like daytime, nighttime, you know, like so I'm assuming that when you're a ghost, you retain your basic physical nonsense, except you're just see through and you can walk through walls now, right? So, I mean, I would assume you still require light to see. And like, why would you make everything scary around you? That doesn't make sense. Why
But
would you want to be scary? Why would you want everything to be why would you want everything to be terrible around you just because somebody's living in your house now? Shut up.
but if most people have these, uh, coincidences or these things that happen to them most of the time when it's dark, then why would they not be like, I don't know, sapping the energy from the bulbs or sapping the energy from something else or whatever to give them the opportunity to be able to be seen or do something else, right?
Are you trying to tell me that ghosts run on electric?
I'm trying to tell you that ghosts run on energy. There's a maybe ghosts run on energy.
Well, everything runs on energy, but I'm not sure that ghosts are
How are the
like
ghosts getting
AC
energy?
powered, you know? Like,
How are the ghosts getting energy but from us?
I mean,
Although
okay,
that
but
sounds really like
so like
really
poltergeists are like psychic residual stuff, right? And
right.
then you've got your basic specters and your uh free floating apparitions and all that.
Yeah.
You know?
The phase 3 floating apparitions and
Oh yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
Absolutely. God, we need to get Dan Aykroyd on this because
I know. I wish that would be so
here's
great.
the cool thing about Dan Aykroyd, by the way, is he's legitimately a paranormal
Oh
buff.
yeah.
Like it's paranormal expert. Like if there is some kind of out there science, he is in it.
He's in it.
He wants to do it.
He's in it.
So
He's also didn't he actually get ordained as at one point too?
yeah. I mean, I'm ordained.
Pretty sure. Okay,
yeah.
well that I mean like not by the internet. Okay, like I'm talking like he actually got hey, I'm not downing what happened with
Perfectly
you.
valid.
I'm saying though he actually like he did that, right?
Yeah.
And then on top of that, like he's down for all of this paranormal stuff. Like if his character in Ghostbusters, right, was a real
Ray
character,
stands.
he is that character. He is minus the actor part.
Here's a fun little thing. In the Blues Brothers movie,
First one or the second one?
The first one. First Blues Brothers movie, right?
Okay.
There is this weird shot of them parking the car
Okay.
in a weird garage
Right.
with like an electrical transformer in it.
Mm-hmm.
He said that his the whole he fought to have that scene in there because he wanted it. He wanted to explain the magic of the car, because it was parked next to this electrical transformer, that it gained some kind of supernatural power to the vehicle. Whereas, instead of like Elwood Blues just being a really good driver,
Right.
you know what I mean? Like, because it's wild, and like something like 80% of the spooky like actual like research in Ghostbusters was done by him,
Right.
know?
And that includes the new stuff too.
Yeah. I think he owns.
Sure he is part of the team in the new ones that do for the new movies that does that paranormal research. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I mean, even if he's not officially,
he's part of it. If
part of it, he's totally in it. You know, like
yeah.
Regardless, like I've like there is, in terms of supernatural stuff, right? Like knowledge, there is nobody I would respect the opinion more than Dan Aykroyd. Unless like some crazy wizard from the friggin' Vatican showed up in my room, and he was all like, "But Mr. David, you must know all of these things about this book of skin of humans
and
or whatever."
And you still might look over to Dan and be all like,
I'd be like, Dan, is this guy legit? That's what I would do. So I'm sorry, Mr. Aykroyd. Let's put some respect on that.
Sorry, Mr. Aykroyd.
Mr. Aykroyd, can you
Aykroyd.
confirm that this guy's legit? Oh man. So as far as that ghost story is concerned, check your wiring.
Check your wiring.
I would say.
Or talk to Dan Aykroyd.
Or talk to Dan Aykroyd. Boom, you're fixed.
Boom.
Okay. So, this one is entitled Removed by Moderator.
Ooh.
Cool. That one doesn't work out. Okay, well.
Oh, come on.
Let's see. Let me try this one. 2 stories that haunt me. One funny, one not. I still don't know if they're what actually happened or how to explain them away. Any ideas? Cool. This is by Deleted. Hi, I'm a 23-year-old skeptic. I'd say 95% of things that I've experienced that I thought were paranormal, I myself deduced that it was easy to explain that I had actually experienced. Not to discredit anyone here in r/ghost stories, but I would and still actively search steadfastly for any explanation before I get scared or give up on explaining it. Okay. Thank you for that brief intro.
Yeah, giving us a little extra.
Right. Yeah, come on. We're all reasonable people here.
Right.
Story 1. I was 11 and had just moved to a new area in the Appalachian mountain range. Oh, boy. So one of the most creepy places you can be is Appalachia late at night.
Yes.
Mount Chiaha, in Alabama, for my dad's job and into a genuinely old house. The house was built in 1940, losers, and had 1911. What? That's my house. And had a minimal restoration and updating. Oh, you got restored. Good job.
Right.
Like the carpets and in all the rooms were still orange shag, and the walls were either wood panels or baby blue.
Nice.
I know that so well. I know a lot of disposition, but just bear with me. Okay. Oh, a lot of exposition is what you're trying to say.
Yeah.
But bear with me. This house was in a good neighborhood, but it had a ton of wooded area in between homes. And I don't mean just plot of trees. No, it was truly woods, and they were usually really pretty. Oh, okay. Sometimes the trees just didn't do their makeup, or what?
Usually.
Interesting. Usually is doing a little bit of work there. I'm not sure exactly what they're trying to convey. Interesting fact, not even 50 feet from my window, you could see where the native tribes lived. That's cool. And it was excuse me. Sometimes the grammar in Reddit is a pain.
Yeah.
Parse. So bear with me on this one. Let's see. Okay. It was widely known that we lived the neighborhood in an old Creek native land area. One night I had just turned off my TV in my room and was about to turn on my radio. I wasn't allowed to sleep with my TV on, but could have my radio playing whatever music I wanted. So I turned off my TV and got up to close my door and turn off my light. I get back in bed and turn on my radio, and I hear my sister, 5 at the time, get up and go to my parents' room for whatever reason. I didn't hear her go back into her room, but she was also usually opening my door because she was terrified to sleep in her own room at the house. Okay. In our
Fair.
last house, prior to this move, she never had an issue, but this house was different up until this night. I thought I was just about, I thought it was until, okay. Until, let's see. Uh, uh, until this night, I thought it was just ambiance. Um, I strangely fell right to sleep, but I never did and still don't, which I never did and still don't do. I woke up later to my door opening. I wasn't usually, quote, scared of things like that because I knew early on that sometimes air pressure can cause doors to open. And considering I could close my door all the way, couldn't close my door all the way. Okay. I didn't think much of it. My dad's job forced him to get up and be out of the house by 3 a.m. most mornings, so it wasn't a rare occurrence to wake up to my door being open. This time was different, though. When I woke up, my door cracked open. Again, not rare, and again, not rare, and for an old house. Okay, not rare for an old house. Okay, that makes sense now. Again, not rare for an old house. Boom. But I saw a hand and arm opening the door. I thought it was my sister once the arm was lower than. Wait. I saw my sister since the arm was lower than.
Thought it was my sister's. The arm was lower than my parents would have been. So I said,
go. Okay. Go back to your room. Nothing is going to get you. Something my parents said to her frequently. The hand lets go of the doorknob and the arm pulls back. I then asked, "Can you close my door back, please?" And there was no response. Okay. Then out of nowhere, my light turns on. Our bathroom light turns on too. Then my light turned off and flickered back on and then stayed off, but the bathroom light stayed on. Then I see a head peek around my door, just a shadow in my eyes, though. Then I see the shadow
that is
about the height of my 5-year-old sister with long hair and walk into my room. Then I hear a chuckle and it dissipated. It vanished. I wasn't one to wake up my parents, but that night I jumped out of bed, ran to my parents' room, and cried. That's one experience that I've tried to make sense of, but nothing makes sense. I just need someone to tell me what they think happened. Okay.
No, my girlfriend who is from Chicago, her brother had a very, very similar dream. And us talking about it got us to befriend one another. So does anyone else have this experience similar to this?
Okay. So, doors randomly open in my house, lights flicker on and off, my keys get stolen. Some of these things I will chalk up to me being, severely ADHD. Other things, I'm like, that might be a ghost. Like, sometimes the lights in my kitchen don't work and all the power is going to them. It's just they don't work anymore. You know, that kind of thing. And like sometimes somebody will say something and the lights will just shut off because reasons.
Right.
You know, and this is not during like a blackout or a brownout. It's literally just it just happens sometimes. I have no explanation other than it could be faulty wiring in my house, but good luck trying to get that fixed. So it's a lot easier to just go, that a ghost.
Yeah.
You know,
right.
Like, who am I to argue with the ghost? They're dead. They did their time. They know what's going on.
Yeah. Exact same thing kind of happens to me sometimes when even in the house that I'm in now, like It's happened to me every once in a while, but it's
Mhm.
just like either the lights won't turn on when they're supposed to turn on, or they turn on when everybody's in bed. That kind of
Mhm.
stuff. I have myself a story about TV turning on a different channel than it was supposed to be on, and then turn off, and then turn back on the channel that was originally on, but the remote wasn't anywhere near any people that were in the vicinity able to change the channel, e-
Right.
which can't even happen while you're not having the TV on. Pretty much, uh,
Yeah.
things have happened. I
Well,
totally attest to this.
sure. I mean, we did grow up when the universal remote was cool and new, right?
True, true.
So sometimes I wonder if these are just like guys driving by with the universal remote with nothing better to do and just flipping channels because F it.
Could be. Could
Yeah.
be.
Okay. So story 2. This is a little longer. I was at my grandparents' house, my Oma and Opa. My Opa passed a few years back, but that was before then. This was before then. Okay. There's context here that I don't need. Well, my grandpa's dead now, so whatever.
No.
Okay, this took place in 2016. They inherited um
Parents' house.
my opa's parents' house. It was a small 3-bedroom, 2-bath. It was and is old as dirt though. One afternoon, my opa had went to the store, and so my oma and I stayed and were watching TV. Well, she was watching TV, and I was playing a mobile game. Okay. She asked me if there's anything on TV I want to watch, and I look up and we start talking. We talk for about 3 minutes about her favorite show and how my favorite show are sometimes similar. I was a big Asian
It
that
froze.
walked into the laundry room.
Yeah, froze. Uh,
What did you say, Will?
oh, there you go. You were frozen there.
Oh no. Um, where did I lose you?
You lost me after um one afternoon. My Opa had went to the store.
Okay. One afternoon, my opa had went to the store, and so my oma and I stayed and were watching TV. Well, she was watching TV and I was playing a mobile game. She asked me if there's anything on TV I want to watch, and I look up and we started talking. We talked for about 3 minutes about her favorite show and how my favorite show are the same or similar. For about 3 minutes, let's see. I was a big Agents of Shield fan, and she loved House. When out of nowhere, an apparition appeared from her kitchen, and it um,
In the laundry room.
walks into the laundry room. Thank you. My Oma looked at me and said, "That's Grandma Emma," and I was like, "Whoa." The
Whoa.
next 2 hours, even when my opa got back, I was sitting in the kitchen trying to see if maybe the TV reflected onto something, and that's what we saw coming. My oma did say it almost. My oma did say it almost jokingly, but now after doing my investigation and looking back, what if it's just a normal occurrence? Note, the last time I was there at my Oma's house, I slept on the couch. This was 3 weeks ago, and the smell of my opa would phase in and out randomly. Any ideas on if that's a
Psychosomatic.
psychosomatic uh, thing, or if maybe he was there too?
Well, I can say that I I'm not going to say this was your grandpa or
No,
your grandma, whichever one it was. I'm sorry, I'm losing that in the text, but
it's his grandpa that
I can't say that's what it was, but I can say that my grandpa on my mom's side, he apparently uh, before he died when I was very very young, he
Mhm.
begged for whoever to take him instead of me. And ever since then, every once in a while, I get the smell of and the taste of pennies every once in a while.
Mm.
And ever since then, and I don't know if it's just because this is what I know of from what I have been, you know, told over and over again or whatever, but I think of him every single time, every single time. And
Yeah,
whether
so
it is or not, that's my truth. Is
we're
whenever I taste the pennies or I smell the pennies or whatever, it's um my grandpa. So
that's really sweet.
yeah,
I think that Mr. Man here is just having a crisis. He's putting wigs on cows, you know.
it could, yeah, very well. So yeah,
But I think he's just having a crisis of mourning, you know. But maybe we do see patterns in a lot of things. Like humans are trained genetically to recognize patterns,
right.
right? Babies only know you by your haircut for the first little while, you know.
Yeah, very very true.
So I think if you think your house is haunted, um, hopefully the rent's low, you know.
Right.
Um, because in this economy, moving is not really an option most of the time.
Mm,
But on the other hand, look at the reasonable explanations, right? Like your door creaking open by itself, wind shifts, you know, that kind of stuff.
yeah.
So I mean, I don't really have a fix for this other than investigate further and come back to me.
Yeah. Or believe what you're going to believe. And that's going to be how you're going to believe it.
Exactly.
And don't discount what you believe, but also, check all the things. Don't just believe. Make sure you're checking all the things.
Yeah. Okay. Next one I'm going from is r/let's not meet. So you know it's going to be spicy. This is called Less Than a Meter Away. This experience happened almost 10 years ago. Oh, and it's by Bara Barbarayan. Barbarayan. Okay. And r/let's not meet. Okay, so this experience happened uh, almost 10 years ago, but it still gives me chills whenever I think back on it. Please excuse me if the story sounds a bit strange at times. I am using Chat GPT, boo, to help correct my sentences. Okay. And English is not my na- nature language. So that they weren't born speaking English. Got it. It was October 2016. At the time, I was a student and member of the student council of my department. Um, October also means that start of the semester, and that German studios universities. This is where the so-called freshman weeks take place. These consist of various events organized by students from a higher learning semesters to welcome the new freshman, excuse me.
Flashman.
The new Frenchman.
Flashman.
I saw the main organizer of our freshman week. It was a Monday, and I woke up at 5 in the morning so I could be there earlier than everyone else to prepare breakfast for the freshmen. Right?
Freshman.
At the time, I lived in a residence building that was not an official college, an official student dorm, but because the rent was very cheap. Oh, wait, hold on. I'm sorry. But was mostly inhabited by students. However, there were so many non-students living there that some of them rather sketchy. Because the rent was very. Hold on.
No, that's
I'm parsing the
really
sentence. However, there were also many non-students living there.
Some of them rather sketchy.
Rather sketchy.
The rents were very cheap.
Because the rent was very cheap, each floor was divided into apartments on the left side and apartments on the right. Okay. To get to either side, you had to open an additional door. The door to my side of the floor always squeaked very loudly. Okay. I dropped out of the small bathroom of my one-room apartment and stood in front of my mirror to put on makeup. To my left, less than a meter away, was my apartment door. To my right was the rest of the room. You're being very specific, my friend. Okay. While I was getting ready, I heard the loud squeaking of the door that led from the stairwell into our hallway. Since I didn't hear anyone leave their apartment, it had to be someone coming in from the outside and heading back to their apartment. That was nothing unusual. Okay. Even at that hour, many students were just coming back from partying, so I continued doing my makeup. However, several minutes passed and I realized I never heard anyone open their apartment door and go inside. I looked at myself in the mirror when I suddenly felt extremely uneasy. A stranger feeling washed over me and I felt lightheaded. I had the distinct feeling that someone was watching me. I shortly turned my head to the left and looked at the large people in my apartment door. Because of its size, it unusually let in a lot of light from the hallway, which was never
turned off.
I blinked and I lost where I was.
Which was never turned off. But this time,
the peephole was dark. That's when it hit me. Someone was standing directly in front of my apartment door, less than a meter away from me, separated only by a fragile door, watching me. Okay. I noticed my body starting to tremble. I did not want to go to the light switch because it was right next to the door. So instead, I moved to the right side of my room and sat down on my bed. From there, no one could see me anymore because a wall was in between. I walked for minutes. I do not remember how long exactly until I heard the squeaking of the hallway doors open again. He is gone. I thought, or is he? He is gone, I thought, or is he? I quickly finished getting ready, packed my things, and knew I had to leave. But I was terrified to open the door. What if the person only pretended to leave? What if I open my door and he jumps at me? Honestly, I pressed down the door handle, opened the door, and nothing. No, he was gone. When I got downstairs, there was a man I had never seen before standing at the entrance. smoking a cigarette. I greeted him and looked him straight in the face. He looked back at me without any kind of emotion. Looking back now, it became clear that someone must have seen my light turn on from the street below. It must also have been. It might have also been someone who knew the structure of the building, because the apartments were not easy to find if you do not know your way around. At some point, I also checked what you can see when looking into my apartment from the outside through from the outside through the peephole. That was the next shock. You could see everything, just slightly zoomed in, while the stranger was standing at my door. He could watch me doing my makeup in detail. And he also saw the exact moment when I turned toward him and our eyes met through the peephole. He is definitely not as creepy as others, but it frightened me for a long time. Great.
So the weird guy who watched
the
me.
weird guy who watched me. Let's not meet again. Okay.
That's creepy. That's
That
just
is
creepy.
If somebody's watching you like that, do your best to get away from them.
Yeah.
That is my fix for that.
For real.
Good gravy.
Just creepy.
Mm-hmm. I think we got time for one more.
Okay.
My brain is slowly shutting down, and I apologize.
About he wanted my dog and me.
Well, let me find it. Let's see.
It's just under the one you had. 2 under. The yours was 4. This is 6.
Oh, okay, great. This is also in Let's Not Meet. 2 years ago, Cleo Torres Green writes, he wanted my dog and me. This happened a few years ago. This is important for later. And I was walking my dog like I always did. We stayed in a small town where nothing ever happened, and most people would be in past 7. I used to walk my dog every evening around 6, so not many people were out, and I walked that way every day. I usually went with my mom, but this night I went by myself because my mom was busy.
My mom.
Okay, cool. I was walking by the main road, and the other side of the path was a shop. My dog decided to do a poo on the ground right outside the shop. Embarrassed, I picked it up and saw a silver car pull up and stop outside. The shop at first, let's see, the shop at first.
I thought it was someone.
At first, I thought it was someone stopping to go into the shop. Good gravy. I picked up the poo and stood up straight and was about to continue walking when the man in the car rolled down the window and said hi to me. I could hear that he wasn't English and thought he must be on holiday and needed directions. In the passenger seat was another man holding a notepad and pen. In the back was a dog cage. I said hi back, and he asked where a certain hotel was. I told him where, and he thanked me. And when I was about to walk off, he said, how much for the dog? I stopped and looked at him confused and said he said again how much for the dog. I told him that she wasn't for sale and noticed the man in the passenger seat was writing something in
his notebook.
Thank you. The man laughed and said he loves dogs, then asked how much for you then. Him asking how much my dog was creeped me out, but this was way too creepy. I agree. Yes. I said that I'm not for sale and laughed awkwardly, and again the man in the passenger seat wrote something down in his notebook. He laughed back, and I said I had to go and started
Started walking
to
fast
walk
back home.
fast back home. When I turned around the corner, I looked behind me and saw the car was following me.
Ooh.
Beans. Goodness gracious. I didn't want to go home because then they would know where my house is. So I went down an alley where I went down an alleyway where a car couldn't go down, and I lost the car. Oy.
Good job.
Thank you. About a year after that, I was in a room, and a boy that is from another town not far from Min's, and a few
Mhm.
other people, and a teacher, and we were telling each other uh, weird things that have happened to us. And the boy said he was walking his dog, and the silver car pulled up next to him, and he was asking weird questions. Um,
About his dog.
Weird questions about his dog, and then asked if he had any sisters for sale. Boy. I told him what happened to me, and we knew it was the same man. He also said there was a man with a notepad in the passenger seat and a cage in the back.
That's
What made
creepy.
me want to post this today? The story here is because a few months let's see because a few months ago this year, my mom's friend said her friend was walking her dog, and the man in a silver car asked him to buy food for her dog and her
Your
and
brother.
followed her, and she went into her brother's house,
That's
and when he came outside, the car had drove off. Uh,
that man who
that
asked.
man who asked to buy me and others, let's not meet again. Boy,
That's creepy.
that is creepy.
Holy creeps.
Seriously, I
Oh,
would much rather a specter or a free floating
yeah,
apparition
right.
or anything compared to that.
Exactly.
Like, no,
For sure. Not even fun.
I worry a lot about getting kidnapped. You know, like I don't like this. I don't like this at all.
I mean, I worry about my kids getting kidnapped, but and
Sure.
not me as much. But still, like this kind of stuff just gets me like, ooh,
Yeah. It is creepy wild. Creepy
yeah.
nuts. Creepy ugh. Anything creepy like that ever happened to you, Will?
I mean, I can't say anything like that actually ever happened to me, but I definitely had people that were all like, "Hey, why don't you come with us down to the store or down to the whatever? Come and get in my car." And I definitely said no, obviously, because like it's not. Don't do that. Don't do that,
Yeah.
especially with people that you are not comfortable with, people you don't know. That's not okay.
Right. So for like quick survival tips, right? Go the opposite direction that the car is facing.
Yeah,
Um, find big crowds because
people
big
you
crowds
know.
tend to be able to help you more than just small groups of people, you know?
Mhm.
Um, or just being by yourself with your dog.
Yeah.
It's not going to be the same.
Don't travel alone unless you have to,
Right.
especially in night times and such.
Yeah. Because people are weird and bad a lot of the time, and you want to avoid the
Um,
weird bad ones.
yeah, some people can be that way, and it's definitely not something that you need to give them an in. Don't ever give them an in.
No, and that game that good
It's not
lord,
okay. It's not okay.
no, none of it.
It's not okay.
None of it's okay, and it's like that is some serious creep behavior if they're following you like that.
Yep.
you know, and then like getting all mad and going to go find shoes is also a move.
Right.
So, stay away from weird, creepy strangers with weird, creepy engines.
Yes.
So, that's
For
it.
sure. For sure.
Boom, you are fixed.
Boom. Don't do that. Boom.
Yeah, it's so easy to don't, actually.
It's so easy.
Yeah. Oh. Buddy, I am fading so fast.
I hear you. I hear you.
Look, these ghost stories are really taking it out on me.
Well, let's take it out of the ghost stories then. So, this is Will, and I won't ever get put into a car by some creepy people because I'm definitely not going to let that happen.
And this is Dave, and I live in a house full of creepy people. Ghosts. Anyway, yeah, thanks for joining us, everybody.
Love you guys. Please like, comment, share, and join us
Subscribe
on YouTube. Please join us on YouTube. There's lots of good stuff there, and we are going to be putting more good stuff on YouTube sometime in the near future.
Heck yeah.
Okay. It's not just going to be this, it's going to be other stuff. Just so you know, that's your warning.
Fair warning, fairly given.
Yep.
All right, Joey. Let's hear it on the way out.
Let's
Good
go.
night, everybody.
Good night.
Been hating my job. I need to quit. Where'd I go wrong? Is this really it? I need to pick me up. Can you fix me up?